I'm not supposed to be up right now, since it's winter, but it was too warm for me to sleep. Normally, my fellow bees in the Princeton hives and I would spend the winter huddled up and drowsy, but it's been oddly warm this year, and we've been more active. We've been looking for flowers to feed off of, but of course, there aren't any blooming yet, since it's still quite a while till spring. So we ended up eating right through our stock of honey. Fortunately, our beekeepers noticed and stocked our hives with the sugar water. Thank goodness someone was looking out for us.
My name is Nadra Mansour, class of 2014. I'm a Near Eastern Studies major. And I'm one of the administrators of the Princeton bee team. I began beekeeping when I was about 10. My dad taught me how. He kept in his youth, and he loved it, and sort of got my entire family into it.
When it's the springtime, we bees are quite busy. Our worker bees collect pollen from flowers and plants to carry back to the hive. While we're out, we cross-pollinate between different flowers, and many plants depend on this in order to be able to make seeds and fruits.
On its back legs, it's got these little hairs, and these hairs sort of form a basket, and pollen collects them and they come out in these pellets, and that's how they basically transfer it. Also, they have hairy little backs, and those are developed to sort of catch onto pollen and to sort of disperse it.
Did you know that 25% of food crops that humans eat, such as apples and blueberries, are dependent on crop pollination by us fuzzy-bodied workers? Of course, we also make honey from the pollen and nectar. The estimated value that we bees contribute to the global economy is between $30 and $80 billion. As I talked about earlier, we've been suffering from a number of climate change-related stressors, including trophic mismatch. This is the mismatch of the seasonal timing of interacting organisms. For instance, us bees and the plants that we pollinate. Warmer and shorter winters, right here in Princeton these past few years, have really been throwing us off.
A shorter winter means that there's less nectar available, but that it's warm and they're working at an equal rate. Because we're not checking on them regularly in the winter, it could mean that they will starve. What we do to remedy that is we feed them. So what we did this year for the first time is we took dry sugar and we wet it and we gave it to the bees to see what would happen, because they need the sugar dissolved to store it, and bees come up and they can drink, and the syrup is made of a 1-to-1 ratio of water to sugar.
We bees at Princeton were lucky this winter, but other animal populations might not be. The continual rise in global temperatures will result in more drastic changes to climate, and this might increase the incidence of trophic mismatch among animal populations. Trophic mismatch has already impacted polar bears, caribou, and migratory birds, leaving them with an inadequate food supply in the spring. I really hope we find ways to bring our ecosystems back into balance, but that's for you to ponder. Well, I gotta go back to bed, but remember me. Bye!